I'd like to watch Gollum go to the supermarket. Gollum goes shopping.
I'd like a liter of milk, please.
We've got
that was a shock. I was not expecting that.
I actually lifted my hands a little bit. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, it will give you more posture because
Yes.
I found that I
Teacher.
was leaning into it too much.
You've got to sit properly.
No, fuck
Okay.
that.
All right.
Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to an episode of Twat. This is two Wongs and a white guy where we sort of sit down and chew the cud and discuss different things that are happening around the world. First, there's Ken, and then there's Tem,
What's up?
and we are Twat. So, what's happening, guys?
Oh, I mean, what's been happening in your past week?
Yeah,
I mean, I've been more tired lately, leading up to the holiday. How about you guys?
I've been busy. I'm not tired. Not tired as much at all. No, it's been
Yeah, I'm
pretty
all
good.
right. I'm just really busy with work.
Keeping-
So we're all pretty much just the same.
Same, yeah. Well, looking forward to our Chinese holidays.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I really like the new setup of the table. It's like every time it switches from one axis to another. Cheers.
cheers over there.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Oh, I
Cheers.
forgot your arm is long.
So yeah, cheers, guys.
Okay, we've had our medicine. We're ready to go. So I understand you got something for us today.
Yes, sir.
What do you got?
So the first topic of the day is a feels good. Is this me? Yeah, it's a feels good one. It's who knows Family Guy,
I love Family Guy.
right?
Mm.
Yes.
So you're familiar with the character Cleveland Brown. I personally don't watch Family Guy. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
Cleveland
see
is
that.
awesome.
But
But Cleveland,
I think you know this.
I know exactly
Yeah,
what you're going
alright,
to bring
so
up
Mike,
because it's awfully woke of you to want to
it's
mention
very
it.
woke. It's very woke. So Mike Henry steps down from voicing Cleveland Brown in Family Guy and brings on a YouTuber named Arif Zahar as the new voice.
Yeah.
How cool is that? A
You know-
YouTuber is going into the main.
You know what's kind of amazing with that is that when I went looking for his name, I'm thinking, oh, gee, he must be a well-known voice artist that I just haven't heard of.
Mhm.
And I did a search for him, and it's like, there's no IMDb, there's nothing. I'm like, dude, fucking good for you. Good
Right?
for you.
How insane is it? Like the mainstream is picking up stuff like YouTubers, right? Right?
Do you
Insane.
think it was a publicity stunt from Seth? Do you think this is like just a run to, you know?
No, I think he was forced into it because people were really mad at
well,
him.
I
Obviously,
mean,
Or
that's a different case. But like
racing,
in
you know,
this
racial
case,
stuff.
like he could have gotten any other voice actor that already has an IMDb page, but instead he went for like a YouTuber,
fresh talent.
a fresh talent, like someone that has a following behind him, which is smart, I guess, smart play. But at the same time, it's like mainstream versus like online personalities. You don't see that too fucking often. You know?
Yeah, but somebody from like IMDb certified kind of actor, they would sort of have issues with being on a show like that. But a YouTuber probably might not because Family Guy is super controversial, you know?
Oh, well, look, I don't think the controversy is really the problem. I mean, if
I
you,
love-
if
I
you
mean, I
know
love
what Family
Family
Guy
Guy.
is, I mean, look, it's one of the main shows where they can get away with it because, believe it or not, boys and girls, the whole idea of humor is to laugh at real shit because it's so ridiculous.
right.
And people love to be offended for the sake of being offended. And that's what I like about Family Guy and American Dad, all the stuff that McFarlane does, because he skims that line. He skims that line and makes us look at ourselves.
It's really funny, but although I would say it's a little bit pushing the boundaries, but because it's animation, it kind of
I
works.
think it's an animation.
If it
aspect.
was real
live
people doing
action,
it,
yeah,
there would be so much
Saturday
hate.
Night Live
you
couldn't
know?
get away with it.
no.
You know, but that's the thing with animation. You really do have that gratis to get away with shit
Yeah, of
because
course.
it's imaginary.
Mhm.
These aren't real people.
Right.
Therefore, what happens in their life, even though it's reflective of real life, isn't really happening.
Right. It's like that weird boundary, right?
Isn't that the
Yeah.
clip you sent me about weed where they did the whole Stewy?
Oh, it's Stewy and
about weed.
No
You-
clue.
That was a
Yeah.
great video.
really good musical.
I couldn't stop watching. It was like 5 minutes long.
Did you have a look up for Shibuki?
No, remember he told you last time about Shibuki, Ken? To watch it?
Yeah, but I forgot about it. I cannot remember for the life of me which one it was. So yeah. It's like
They're
some
all good.
Japanese ass sounding. Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's some feel good news.
So,
right?
so he has been plucked from obscurity, or did he have a lot of likes before? A lot of people on his page? Did you have a look? Or
So from the news I got, he was like a big YouTuber. He had like 6.47 million.
Oh, okay.
subscribers.
So they're bringing on an audience.
Of course,
The way he
of
got
course.
popular was because he was imitating Cleveland Brown.
Ah.
So he was like playing gameplay of like a game, and he would just like mimic his voice.
Yeah.
And then he did like
Can you do an African American accent though?
he's black.
He's black though, right? Because his name doesn't sound black.
Well, that's the thing.
I mean, Zafir or
that was
whatever.
why
What,
he
what
was
do you
being-
say?
That was
Huh?
why he was being replaced, because there's this whole thing now with actors and, you know, I mean, and this is what confuses me. I mean, I'm an actor, you
Mm.
know, or essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
So what? I can't play soon I can't play a female because it's offensive.
Mm.
I can't play, obviously I can't do blackface. I would never do blackface.
That's a little
but-
pushing.
But I can't play
Only
a
Downey
Polish
can do
guy. I can't play an Irish guy. I mean, what is that appropriation if I do that? You know, it's getting to a stage where I'm actually confused. I'm confused as to what is right and what is wrong.
Well, if a big Hollywood studio backs you, and like Warner Brothers, then you can do blackface.
Nah. Well, actually, I could push for the Al Johnson story. And he can get away with it.
Yeah, he was he did a video, like this news went wide like wildfire, right? Everyone heard about, oh, he's stepping down, the iconic voice.
Yeah.
And then he did a dedicated like kind of, I guess, like a respect video where it's like, oh, these are the best episodes, or this is like the best moments from Mark Henry, right? And his character Cleveland Brown. And then social media God like was like, hey, they got a hold of it, and then he got the video, and Mike Henry, right? Mike Henry got his hands on the video, and boom, he's like, hey, I'm gonna like cast you up for the next season. Season 19, he'll be officially replaced by.
Okay, but Mike Henry does more than one character, though. It's not like he's leaving.
Yeah, but he's like
Cleveland Brown.
leaving Mr. Cleveland Brown, who apparently is one of the better like side supporting characters, right?
Yeah,
He's
which
like
is odd.
very memorable.
Which it didn't work for his own show. The Cleveland show just didn't work.
Right.
And they even made reference to it in one of the episodes.
Oh.
It's a white guy doing a black guy's voice. Who'd think that we haven't got a black audience?
There you go.
You know?
Yeah, but have you seen those listings on Fiverr where somebody offers you
Yeah.
to do Morgan Freeman's voice? It's
Yeah.
a white guy doing it, or like an Indian guy doing a Morgan Freeman voice. I'm like,
I-
what?
I
Really?
forget the guy. He did the Tonight Show. And he played I hate this. He does Morgan Freeman voiceovers, and he's quite well known in the industry.
But
but
Morgan
yeah,
Freeman does have a very iconic voice. Like
his
that.
voice is gold. You could masturbate to his voice. Like
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really. It's just always
Depends
so
on what he says,
calm
though.
and
Like if he
tender.
says something like arousing, probably for some people that would work. You know, I don't know.
into ASMR. He's got
Yeah,
that type
like-
of ASMR
yeah,
voice.
like,
you could
Okay,
want to hear
slowly
his
take off your
whiskers rubbing
pants
on the
right now.
microphone.
You know.
Sorry, did I go somewhere else?
Unzip it.
Where'd I go?
Yeah, where'd you go? You're daydreaming there a bit too much.
Oh, I could just imagine being his granddaughter. You heard about that story, right?
No, I did
Anyway,
not.
Oh, man.
That's
And-
another one.
There's like a lot of sensations happening in these like online media space mixing with mainstream. So like, have you heard of like I know you've heard of like James Charles,
Yeah.
King Batch. Like these people have gone into movies, they've gone into their own makeup line. Like it's insane how much power people have with a following, right? I mean, it's a little bit of luck, but like ultimately it's like a lot of hard work and dedication. to
Well,
it.
as long as it's not bots watching, you know. So
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's a given, I guess.
But that's the thing. I mean, you don't really, gone the days of actually having talent, and it was never really based on having talent these days. It was right place, right time, and it's
Right.
always been about likes. Even though we have generated likes now, where we can see them, it was always about likes. It was always about the popularity vote. I mean, you would have test audiences, back in the 40s and 50s to see, whether you liked Shirley Brown or Shirley Temple, whether you liked her,
Shirley Temple,
or,
yeah.
I thought you said Charlie Brown.
Well, no,
Hey,
I think
Charlie
Shirley Brown was her
Brown's
real
kinda
name.
fire,
Charlie
though,
Brown's
So-
is pretty interesting.
Charlie Brown's fire though. Like whatever.
Charlie Brown was a crack freak.
All right.
Yeah. Possibly.
Wait, let's get a zoom in. Go.
Possibly.
Allegations, all allegations. Yeah.
So, but when does he start in the next season?
The next season, yeah.
Fantastic.
Season 19, I believe, is season 18 is running right
No,
now.
but when I said, is he African American or is he like, I asked because his name doesn't sound like he is African American, is a fear or
I
whatever.
think that's his. I think that's his YouTube handle.
What
Like,
did you want?
okay.
I don't
Subutu
No,
actually-
Magati?
because some people
mean-
can't voice, even if they're like of the same race. Some people can't make. That's why I was genuinely concerned.
absolutely, yeah. No, but I think the whole reason of him stepping down of James Henry stepping down was because he was a white guy doing a black character's voice, and it just wasn't woke anymore.
Like Apu on
Well, absolutely. Harry Shearer.
He was a white guy doing an
Harry
Indian
Shearer
voice,
does
right?
Apu. I'm not quite sure.
was
He's
Simpsons,
one of the
right?
was a
mainstream.
white guy.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Apu.
Hey, to be fair though, he killed that fucking Indian accent as a white
He
guy.
did
You
it
can't
well.
deny
Look,
that. Yeah.
The whole idea of being offensive and stereotypes is because stereotypes exist.
Yeah, they exist.
You know, if you find it offensive, no, you should. Australians, when I first came to China, every taxi I hopped in, hey, you want a beer, mate? When they spoke English, it was like, dude.
2 words, Russell Peters.
Russell Peters, you're like,
He
come on.
is the person to talk about stereotypes. I mean, he just does impersonations and voices and stuff. So I think they should have hired Russell Peters to do the voices. You know, like, hey, have you seen him? Have you heard Russell Peters imitate an African American speaking? You know, like in a
his, like,
ghetto kind of
in his
way?
No,
comedy.
as long as he's not ordering fried chicken, I'm happy to listen to it.
in his comedy routines, right?
Yeah.
Of course, I followed him.
It's
a long
really
time.
funny.
I followed him for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that dude's hilarious. Yeah.
Russell Peters is
Yeah, I
awesome.
think
Yeah,
his like niche is that
yeah,
impersonation. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm like, as a person who never stepped into the States or like ever been in that part of that world, seeing it from afar, all I really cared about is the talent behind the people.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the rest. Like, I don't care if like I personally didn't affect me because I don't really know anything about it. But yeah, like I guess like this woke culture kind of just changed me, like the whole medium. Which, speaking of which, leads to my next question: how do you think woke culture will change like everything in terms of industry standards? You know what I mean?
Oh.
Because, you know, like, I don't know if you remember, there's this one shitty movie called Last Airbender, the live action.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And that was
They use an Indian guy as a main cast, right?
they used
He is
like,
a British
Indian
Indian.
people for the bad guys, and then they used Whites for the goods. What like that was, I understand, because the characters at
They
heart
totally
are-
ruined
they're
the
at heart
last
they're-
Airbender. They totally. That was actually one of the topics I wanted to talk to you about, guys. Like
yeah?
today about video games and TV
Yo,
shows
yeah, that was my next
adaptations.
topic, yeah.
Like they ruin fucking TV
But there's-
shows
there's-
and games.
I only watched Doom the other day. It
Oh
was
my
like-
god, without Dwayne the Rock
Yeah,
Johnson?
I didn't realize he was a bad guy till it was the end. I'm like, Dwayne's a bad guy?
Yeah, it's like his like first like bad guy.
I'm gonna
role.
root
Yeah.
for Dwayne, and I'll be like, I'm siding with the bad guy. You know, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
he's gonna probably pull it off. Like,
Fuck all the good guys.
Yeah.
come on. How is
Boring.
it that
Yeah,
Hollywood
yeah.
never makes a bad guy win at the end? What the fuck?
Why can't a bad guy win?
Exactly.
I mean, look at America right now.
Usually the bad guy wins
Yes.
before the
Yes.
good guy.
If you're playing by the rules, most unfortunately, and I'm a guy that plays by the rules, you'll never win. You'll never win when you play by the rules because there's always an asshole out there that just doesn't.
Yeah, and the one time that the bad guy won was Thanos.
But he technically didn't win.
But
No, I'm saying the first movie, the
but
first
he
part.
still technically didn't
And
win.
I was surprised that Disney allowed that. They were like, "Oh
But
my
was
god, the
Thanos
bad guy won."
really a bad guy? That's the thing.
That is
Thanos
the
had a
conversation.
vision.
That is the conversation. right.
Thanos' ultimate goal was to save the universe. So
Right.
is that really a selfish act? And he was quite happy to sacrifice his own
Yeah,
in order to
himself,
do it.
yeah,
But
himself,
Disney labeled him as a villain. Remember that. So
Well,
he
yeah,
was a
but
villain
popular-
to the Avengers.
yeah.
So that's why he was a considered bad guy.
But like that does strike up a conversation though. Is he actually a bad guy, or the Avengers so used to labeling something? as a
I
bad
don't.
guy?
I think the Avengers are assholes. I think that's why I like the series The Boys. It just brings to light exactly what these assholes
have you
are.
seen the Russian Avengers?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
with the Wolfman.
You gotta
Or-
watch Russian Avengers. I'm gonna
Was
send
he
you
a
the
werewolf
the
or a
link.
Wolfman?
They have the exact same copycat pretty much, and they have bad CG, but they are pretty much Avengers in Russia.
Oh,
They have a guy who turns into a wolf and then
Yeah,
turns
Wolfman.
turns into a part wolf and then turns into a bear.
Yes,
and then there's a guy with a whip and stuff. Like they pretty much copied everybody, you know,
Yeah.
like from
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, you should
and
watch
are they sexy chicks really like the sexy chicks type of
yes, they
Beverly
have,
Hills?
Black-
I mean,
it's-
come on,
it's
Russia.
it's
They,
Black
they
Widow
got
type
Russians.
stuff.
I mean,
Please, please, I need to see this.
Yeah.
you don't need to understand. You just watch, you know. Just
turn up that little brain, right?
you don't
yeah.
even need subtitles. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh man.
Good guy, bad guy beat. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's
So the next topic, like you were saying about the video games. What
Yeah.
did you think?
Oh,
like, you were saying
I put down like really popular like that was pretty much my transition to be like, hey, how about like shitty video games, right? Video game adaptations. Really like notable ones, Resident Evil, all of them, all of the Resident Evil movies, the live action ones, doesn't even happen in the games. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Let's not talk about that. And Doom, like you mentioned already, and a bunch. But
Okay, the one movie that I think they really did well and that
it's
didn't do
Pikachu Detective. Detective Pikachu.
They did. I really enjoyed that.
Right?
I really enjoyed that.
was
But
a
had
good
it been voiced by Tom Cruise, may not have worked as well.
Yeah. Wait, who was gonna voice in it?
He was in. Well, no, I don't think he
Wait,
was.
is
But
that-
at least
is that
they
the one
they
with
could have
Ryan
CGI'd
Reynolds?
him on a green suit with the same height.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah,
Ryan
it was
Reynolds,
the Ryan
right?
Reynolds
but
Pikachu.
he voiced it, right?
Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
voiced Pikachu. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was brilliant.
Okay,
was
It
the
brilliant.
seems so wrong. but
Yeah,
it's so right.
because it's the Deadpool character inside of Pikachu. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Perfect, right? Yeah.
but I thought the CG was a little off on Pikachu. Like CG was great,
First of all,
but it wasn't like
First of all, how do you make a realistic Pikachu? It's an animation at
Yeah.
heart.
fur
Yeah, but the fur action was so good on it.
hair.
Fair action.
Well, you know what I mean. Like the fur simulation on it was amazing. Like most of the Pokemon, except for like some few
They've only
standouts.
perfected fur in the last 12 or 15 years.
Right, it's a new
Fur and water
technology,
were
right?
the hardest things to perfect. I think Titanic got water.
Yeah, they got water. But
that
to be
was
fair,
the first time we actually saw water CG'd
even
properly.
when they CG'd, even when they CG'd the water, they had practicals.
Oh
still.
yeah, of
They had
course.
the
Oh, they
practic- so
did
they
water
put
tanks
the
and stuff.
practicals on top of the CG. It made it look
Yeah.
ultra realistic.
Okay, so the one movie I really think that really did justice is Prince of Persia.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was the
Get
the closest they got
outta
to the
here.
video
Sorry.
games. Have you?
No, I played most of the video
I
games.
have finished every single Prince of
Except
Persia
for
game,
PS3.
and the actions that they used in the shots in the movie were very close to the game. But comparing, comparing to the other video game adaptation
Oh,
movies,
where's my camera?
comparing. Just saying, the girl was a little off, but you know, it was okay.
See, I'm not a gamer, so I've got to take your word for
Okay,
it.
well, dude, Prince of Persia sucked. I'm just saying.
You didn't like Prince of Persia.
I did not like Prince of Persia because I played the PSP, the PS2, and some of the older older console games when I was growing up.
Mhm.
And when I heard there was a movie coming out, I was like hype as fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
I finished like the PS2 run the day before I watched it. It was fresh in my mind. I was like, I don't get it. What the fuck's happening? The gimmick, which the time stand shit, wasn't even used properly in the movie, as well as it was in the fucking games. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
compare that to another video game adaptation movie that was made. Give me a one that's better than that.
Here's my take.
Excluding Pikachu. Go.
They all suck. That's just you cannot. I don't think there's a way to possibly adapt a whole 7-hour video game into like a condensed 2.5-hour movie.
Then
Yeah, but that's
don't.
why they have run. That's why they want, that's why they want to do for a group of 3 or 4 movies.
Right,
They can
right.
never-
That's like the biggest critique for the last
like Umbrella.
Oh,
Umbrella Corp.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't like the Ukrainian chick that is super hot and fucks everybody up? Seriously?
Yeah, because
Mila,
when I
what's
watch,
her name? Mila
when I watch
Jokovic, or-
movies, the only thing I'm looking for is a badass chick and not an actual
no,
story.
a badass Ukrainian chick.
Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry, a badass
Do you
Ukrainian
like
chick.
Underworld chick? The Kate Beckinsale
Oh, she's
one.
wonderful.
I don't even care about
Fucking
Underworld.
hell, she's a doll.
Like she's cool. Like she's cool in that movie, but that movie itself,
CG's
I'm like,
horrible, you know.
There it is.
CG's so bad.
it
The
is.
wolves and shit. Fuck me,
To be
that's
fair, that came out a
terrible.
while ago, so.
I feel like they didn't even film any of that, you know. So oof.
Oh yeah, they just
they just rendered
like,
it, you know, like
"Oh,
fucking.
this
Let's
is
just
like-
render the shit.
we
you
just
know?
need your voice.
Yeah,
So we're gonna
be hot on
they're
camera.
Like, oh, am I gonna be in shot? No, we just
Gary's going to play you in a green suit.
Yeah.
Be a swill and play. Hey, yeah, love. I'm going to be
Okay.
playing you.
So I have a question. Let's say a video game company like Electronic Arts,
Sucks. Sorry.
they have Star Wars right there.
You're really
Yeah,
trying
It's
to
under
kill
their
any
umbrella.
sponsor we might
They
get, aren't you?
suck.
Have you
Sorry.
seen the trailer, the one I sent, Star Wars
I watched
Squadrons?
it, yeah. I mean, I
Let-
saw it on different channels.
Let's say they make a movie. Electronic Arts makes a movie, not fucking Warner Brothers or Disney. I mean, Electronic Arts makes a movie that is 3 hours long. Would you watch it
I wouldn't watch a 3-hour-long movie. That's the problem.
if it's good?
90 minutes, my cutoff time.
Fine. Okay. Let's say they cut
Like-
the game into little parts. Let's say they cut like part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah, yeah. If
But
you
they
had
give
like
you
a-
an option to watch 4 of them over
together.
time. Together.
3 hours. I got tricked. I told you I wouldn't watch it. Blast you, movie company. You made me sit down for 4 60-minute movies. Oh, clever you. You know. No. Yeah. But the thing is, companies like that and Animal Logic that are special effects, and I had a mental blank. I'm having lots of mental blanks as usual. The New Zealand company, they actually
Oh, the one that did Lord of the Rings.
Lord of
right?
the Rings, yeah. Well, they started off with the Feebles.
Yeah.
And then I hate that if you think of the name. But
I don't know the
the
name.
majority of the time, yes, they will do gaming stuff and commercials, but their money comes from making commercials. That's their show reel. Gaming companies use these companies extract. They bring them as contractors. So
Right.
it's not the gaming companies that are making their games. They bring in a whole lot of contractors to do this stuff.
Yeah, the cutscenes are made by other companies,
Yes.
and they just do the animation between that. Yeah, sure.
I think what the answer you're looking for to your question is
Weta. Sorry. The
So-
New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
New Zealand production
yeah.
company.
Weta.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
baby.
think
Wetter.
the way to
Get
look
wetter.
at this is that, wow. Yeah, he just demolished that.
Kate Beckinsale.
He just
yeah.
associated that name with something completely off
Kate
the top of it.
Beckinsale, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I had like I'm still like thrown away by Kate Beckinsale. You know, like
I have no celebrity
she's so
crushes.
hot.
I don't know who these celebrities are.
No.
I just know their face when they're on screen. Anyways, the answer I think you're looking for in this type of question is like, I think they wouldn't go for the game manufacturer, game developer themselves. They would go for the game directors, right? The
Mhm.
people who are behind the project. If they get them on set and then they have them tell their story through a movie, much more different outcome. But then they're getting movie directors who don't play games or anything related to that genre to direct movies that have already a source material. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I mean?
bring in gamers that can give you direction. Gamers
Okay,
are the
dude,
ones
Dude, there's a
like
difference
for
between,
advice.
There's a
you know?
difference between a gamer, a creative, and a normal
Mm.
person, right? A gamer cannot do what a director does, and a director cannot do what a gamer does. It's
You know,
like,
No, advice. I said only to
Yeah,
bring them on advice.
what if their advice is shit because they don't know how like the movie is gonna play out because they can't visualize.
You know what
it.
you're explaining? You're explaining the same situations when they try and bring a novella or a book to the screen.
right?
This
yeah,
is the
like a book
same type of
adaptation.
situation,
Like Percy
adaptation.
Jackson,
Yeah,
terrible adaptation. I love those books Yeah.
because at the end of the day, they're trying to reach a wider audience.
Right,
When these
right.
particular things, especially games, have a very
They're
even though there's
niche.
a lot of people, it's a niche audience.
niche,
It's
yeah.
niche, and a lot of these people may not even go to the movies.
Yeah,
They want to play games. You know, they
yeah.
they don't want to leave their basement.
Right.
So
Is there any
Yeah.
recent memory of a adaptation you didn't like a book you liked, or like a play that turned into one?
the last 10 years, I've been pretty happy with most that I've
Really?
seen. Yeah, well, I leave an open mind. So I let them have the creative license.
Right.
Because I'm not really a reader, I don't get offended.
You're an audiobooker.
I'm an audio booker, or I watch moving pictures. Do it for me. Do it for me. No, I always give, unless it's just fucking terribly produced and terribly acted and terrible continuity, yeah, then I'll have something to say. But if they've put together a nice piece of work,
So if it's like
whether-
competent enough.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
as long
like,
as it's
eh.
competent, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, look, you look at we just think of Lord of the Rings. The original Lord of the Rings ran for 4 fucking hours.
I love that.
The animation, have you seen the German one?
No.
That was
What do you mean?
made in the 40s or 1938 or 1939,
40s.
I think it was.
Germans made it
40s.
And it
first.
was rotoscoped,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
and it went for 4 hours.
Cool.
And that's a work of art in itself. But
Harry
because,
Potter series.
yeah,
Those turned out
yes.
really well.
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
screen,
We'll see. But see, that was made for adaptation. That was really made for adaptation.
But honestly, I think people shouldn't read a book of Harry Potter and just watch the movie and never touch the book, because once you touch the book, your imagination comes into play, and then you destroy the movie.
No,
because,
no.
you know,
I
it's not the
think you
same.
need to separate the two. I think
Yeah.
it's very important that when you read something, you create your own self on it.
Yeah.
And then when you see it on the screen, don't be offended that it's not the same,
Yeah.
because it's the same as the directors or the producers or the actors' idea of the character and the way it should work. That's
Yeah.
how they believe it should work, and how you believe it should work. That's your thing too. Don't be annoyed.
Yeah, they should just segregate.
accept it.
Readers go left.
Did you just
Watchers
say segregate?
go right. You know.
Okay, I heard segregate.
Segregate.
You did say segregate.
Segregate, yeah. Like they should have a disclaimer, you know,
I'm here
disclaimer.
for crucifixion. Off to
Yeah.
the left.
I would watch a 3-hour movie with Gollum. That's it.
Oh, so would I.
I would watch that.
Yeah,
Gollum?
Gollum
yeah.
with
I'd
his
like
ring.
I'd like to watch Gollum go to the supermarket. Gollum goes shopping.
I'd like a liter of milk, please.
Sorry, sir.
I have a bag.
We don't have plastic bags here, sir.
I brought my own.
That's a
Yeah,
good goal.
I'd watch
That's
that.
a good goal.
But he would
I
go
always
and
get
visit.
Gollum and Schmeagol.
No, but he would
yeah.
walk in after he gathers all his food. He'll put the ring on and walk out with all the food. You know?
He could. Oh, Gollum shoplifts. Gollum gets done for shoplifting.
I didn't. I meant to pay for it. I meant to pay for the purchase.
Oh, dear
Yeah.
my.
Man,
Yeah.
that was a good discussion. I like that.
It was.
Yeah.
Man, that
Wait.
was
We're pretty much at time, aren't we?
Yeah,
we
we're
did
at
it.
time.
We did it.
Yeah.
off of 1.5 top, whatever. Doesn't
One
matter.
and a half
We'll
topics,
figure it out.
Yeah.
So we're calling it.
We're calling it.
We're going to call it. Well,
Yeah.
boys and girls, thank you very much for joining us yet again for Twat
And
Two
don't forget
wongs.
to subscribe.
and a White.
Wow, that was in the middle of his fucking sentence.
Yeah,
What the
fucking
fuck?
step all over my words. Go on, you talk. Go on, you talk. Go on.
But it's,
But I was la la la
it's
la la.
good. It's good. It's good for you to go again.
No, sir. Over to you.
All right, let's do a zoom in on Horse Street. There you go.
Okay, so that was the show for this time, guys. And look, don't forget, we love seeing you. And I'm going to take his line now. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and slam on the like. And we'll see you next time on Twat.